Well, good evening to everybody. This is Mark D'Antonio once again with SkyTour live stream on this wonderful April 23rd, 2022. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I see Genghis and Daisy and Zoe is here, and Renee. Hi guys, how are you? Tonight, as it says in the title, it's galaxy season, so we're going to be doing some galactic searches, that's for sure. So, we're going to have some fun. Obviously, on the screen, I'm working on the focus setup. It's not dark out there yet, although it looks it right there, but it's not. It's not quite dark out there yet. And I will be getting us a better view here in a minute. So, just bear with me while I get this set up. Hey, Dagger, how you doing? What's up? Oh, I see the problem. Okay, we're going to do a focus setup here. Okay, so we let it run through its little session here to get us a perfect focus, and that's what we're doing right now. I want to welcome everybody here. Hey there, Fractal Frog. Nice to see you. And, of course, Born to Fly. What's going on, man? An astronomy follower. He says, I love your podcast. I'm an astronomy follower. Thank you again, sir. Oh, no worries, man. We just enjoy the camaraderie and everybody being around with us. We enjoy it, man. You know, we just do our thing. Now, for those that don't know or don't recall, I'm an astronomer. That's what I actually went to school for. This is what we look like. So, and for those of you wondering why I'm looking both directions, okay, I've got the broadcast screen here and I've got the live view of the observatory here. They were swapped the other night, but I have it this way just for now because I like it. So we're just going to keep on going here, getting my critical focus here set up. That is the spot. Yeah, and we should be just about done. It's not dark enough out there to really do this well, but you know what? I figure I'll do it ahead of time. Why not? And with little blues in the background, can't hurt, right? Now, 1 second. I can't believe I forgot to unmute you, Daryl. I am so sorry. And as always, I have Daryl with me. I'm so sorry, Daryl.
Hello?
Yeah, there you are.
There I am. Hello, everybody.
I wondered why you weren't talking. I thought I unmuted you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no. I would never do that to you. Well, let's welcome Daryl to the stream, and we will be continuing on here.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. I have my water. I'm good.
It was hotter here yesterday than it was in Arizona.
Really?
Yep. And
Wow.
today it's not. It only got to low 60s here today, I think, and it's only supposed to get to the low 50s tomorrow, and we may
Wow.
get snow by tomorrow night.
That's incredible. I don't want to hear that word anymore.
Yeah. It's been snowing up in the mountains all day, I guess, or a couple of days.
You know, we used to have a saying here that if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. You know, I guess that holds for other states too.
Yeah,
You know?
they say that here too.
Yeah. Well, folks, as you can see, we actually have the star Sirius on the screen right now. I used it for critical focus. You can see the beautiful pinpoints of the stars around it. And the greenish cast in the sky here is because we still have a nighttime sky out here that's not quite dark yet. And to give you an idea, in our planetarium here, when I bring it up, okay, there's Sirius, and if we scroll out and just scroll a little bit to the west, you'll see that we still have twilight there. See there, and this is an accurate representation of what's going on. So we still have some twilight, and we have to just wait it out. But that's okay. That's why I started at 10:45 and not 10:30. You know, so that's cool. So we'll just go a little longer. Now, I had a private night the other night with the telescope, and I looked at a couple of galaxies that we have not seen before, and I think they're really pretty, and we're going to try for those again tonight. They're really pretty galaxies.
Was it a solo stream or did you have guests?
Nope, just me.
Huh.
I just wanted to explore some objects and do some tuning. And tuning went well, and everything looks good.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was good, and that's sort of where I was going. I wanted to make sure that I had some good objects. All right. All right. From here, you know what? I want to take us up to just on our way up toward Galaxy World. Let's go to Messier 46. I think it might be dark enough to capture it, but let's find out, shall we? So I selected it in here, and now we're going to tell the telescope to go there. And you'll see the telescope moving. There it goes. And we have a 1 second exposure here, which is why we see little short bursts. And it's going to bring a particular star in for a waypoint star. And then these waypoint stars are very important to helping us figure out where to go next. Okay, and the telescope is going to use that star right there. And what star is that? And that is, let's see. Oh, it won't let me calculate it right now because it's got the crosshairs there. Well, no worries.
I don't see your keypad.
You should. It's in the upper left.
No, where you have your actual telescope keypad.
It's right here on the left.
No, the real one.
Oh. Yes,
you
no,
read the
that's
output.
yeah. That's correct. And you don't see it now, but you'll see it right now. At least you should. Just a sec. Let me make sure that it.
That's just usually what I look at when you're locking onto a guide star.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's
Or a waypoint star.
Yeah.
No worries. Don't let me interfere with what you're doing. There goes the
No.
satellite.
Yeah, you're not interfering. I just have to move things around a little bit now. Okay, here we go. Oh.
Michael Clegg what is your new telescope?
Oh. There you see it there, it's right there.
There it is.
Okay, let me move us over just a little bit.
Hi, Vera.
Hi, Vera Lucia and Tim F. How are you? Daniel Prouty, how you doing? Rockport, Texas. Thanks for joining us. The sky's not quite dark enough in the Arizona desert right now, but we are still cranking away. We're still doing some things. We have a couple of clusters here that we're looking at, and I'm going to get these into the view a little better. This cluster that's coming up now is going to be Messier 46. And like I said, it's still not quite dark out there, but we're able to capture some interesting data here. So what I'm going to do now, you got a Celestron SE5, but I take it off the Altaz mount and put it on my tracker with auto guiding. That's pretty cool. Which tracker do you have? Is it an Ioptron tracker by any chance? That might be able to handle the SC5, but in terms of weight, but you need counterweight for it, which I imagine you probably got. Hey, thanks, Fractal. That's kind. Yeah, the Ioptron. Yeah, I got one of those. It's I use it when I go on vacation, but now that I can run this telescope anywhere in the world, from anywhere, I think it makes sense to try to use it when I can. It's not always clear in Arizona, but it's clear about 300 days a year, so that's not too bad. I'm going to try a 20-second exposure here, and it's underway, and I'm going to try and stack this as well, because I want to see. 20 seconds is too long on this particular object. Sorry about blowing out your eyes if you've been looking at a big screen, but I'll clear it right now. Ah, darkness. And we should see the first view here in a sec. Yep, there it is, dead center. And we just have to do a little color correction. This is a beautiful cluster because it has a planetary nebula in it. Let's get rid of that blue. Okay, and let's do a little bit of a stretch here. There we go. Ah, look at that. Really pretty. Okay, this here is a cluster that's about 4,000 light years away, but that planetary nebula is that's a dead star. Yet you have a young cluster of stars here. So how can that be? Well, that can be because that planetary nebula, the remnant of the star that once was, is actually a object that's much closer by 2,000 light years. So it's literally here, okay, and the cluster's back here. So, you know, much further away. You're looking at the universe in 3D, so this is all a line of sight thing. So if we go in and like zoom in now, let's actually go right to 100% and check out focus and everything else. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I see I'm going to make some changes here to the guider. Okay. In fact, I'm going to set the guider. I haven't set the guider yet. That's a good point. Alright, so we're going to go here. We're going to go to 15. So I'm actually doing this without setting the guider. I should have set the guide parameters, in other words. So I set the east-west tracking rate percentage, and now I'm going to set the north-south. East-west is called right ascension. It's like the latitude and longitude lines sent out into space, if you extend them out into space. And the longitude lines are right ascension, and the latitude lines are declination. You know, we astronomers, we like to confuse you, so we just change the names on everything, it seems. Okay, this is the declination. This is going to be... we're going to go to 17 on this. Yep. Alright. That's good. Here we are. Okay, and now let's go in and watch our guider working, and this will allow us to see what it's going to do. Now, the thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to clear this stack, since it's only a short stack. It's only 20 seconds. And now we're going to do it again. There we go. And we're going to stretch it again. Get us a little bit more data. And then color correct it. And zoom in some more. And there's that planetary nebula. That's a shell of ejected gas that is around the dead star. I say dead star, I mean there's no fusion going on anymore. It's just a hot core left over. So there's no stellar processes going on that were there when the star was not a white dwarf. But it's a white dwarf now. So it's hard to believe, but that's 2,000 light years away. Okay, that's 2,000 times 6 trillion miles. It's a long, long way away. And that tiny white dot right there is only about the size of the Earth. Yet we can still see it from all that distance. Technically, it shouldn't even be visible at all to us.
Yeah, means it's really bright.
That's right. Very intense radiation, enough to ionize the entire envelope of gas that's sitting around it and cause it to glow like this. Yep. The red is being hydrogen, the green being oxygen.
Can see some details in it.
We talk about this one. You talk about a lot.
Yeah, that, and I see two little white dots below the...
right here.
Below the white dwarf, yeah. Maybe
I
they're
think
just
those
foreground stars, but...
or background.
Or background.
They could be out in the background.
Yeah.
Really cool, though. I mean, it's looking pretty nice. Looking pretty nice. Let us do one thing. Just to pull out some more data, I'm going to drag this down a little bit and kind of reduce the glare on that thing. And then let's just move this back a little bit to get back a little bit of our brightness back there. Wow. Well, we're at 180% on our sensor right now, and so we are actually quite zoomed in. If we go to 100%, this is the native size of the sensor right there. So that's the native size. Looks pretty, doesn't it? It's a beautiful glittering jewel box of stars in the sky. It's just amazing. I just think that's a beautiful cluster. I mean, it's everything you want a cluster to be. Oh, thank you, Daryl, for doing that.
Yeah, well, hopefully Izabela will show up.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
I invited her. I thought in the meantime I better at least get that up there.
Okay, thank you so much.
I took a look at the last stream after your suggestion, and I saw something I hadn't seen before, where Izabela does the, she sort of annotates the stream, it was down in comments before.
Yeah.
It was in, it was in its own box where chat appears when I looked at it the other day.
Oh, she was, for each object, she'll actually put in, it says it's available now up on the server. She's watching the server at the same time as watching the stream. And when it appears on the server, she puts the link to the server for that particular object up there. I mean, she's just dynamite.
Oh, yeah, but what I meant was when I looked at the last stream,
Okay.
her remarks were not just down in comments; they were in their own box where the chat appears.
As opposed to in the description?
Yes. It was over on the right-hand side where the chat
in the
box
chat
usually
box.
is. It looked like you toggled it on and off. I didn't figure that out yet. But, yeah, all her annotations on that stream were over on the right-hand side.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I meant to
I wonder if
tell you
that's a
that,
YouTube thing.
It may be.
Wow. I like that.
I meant to tell you and I forgot until just
That's
now.
okay. Well, we've stacked 17 of these. And we're going to let one more come in, go to 18. Then we're going to cut this stack. I'm actually going to name this. This is Messier 46. And when you type it in up top, you'll see that it's going to pre-fill. There it is. OC and PN. Open cluster and Planetary Nebula. Right there. It's like I'm out among the stars. I'm floating. Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Hal was a jerk.
You know, when I talked to Doug Trumbull, who did all the visual effects for that movie, of course, Doug and I were very good friends. He said that the name Hal, he goes, it's hard to believe, but it is just a coincidence that if you add one letter to each of those letters, it comes out to be IBM. He says that was just a coincidence, and I honestly, I think it was the real thing. I think that they meant it. I don't think it was a coincidence. Hey, David Schmidt. Okay. Now we're up to 21 stacked, so we're going to pause this here. And now when I hit save, you're going to see a green bar across the top here. That green bar, that's our astronomical image format, the raw file fits format. All right, and then it needs to be processed if you want to see it beautifully. But if you actually want to see this pretty shot, then I also save that as well for you, and it's save exactly as seen, and that'll be this one, the PNG. You just double click that and you can bring it up. Right, and that's the ping file, and so that's our beautiful cluster Messier 46, and that's the space taker for while it's getting darker out there. And then I just go back to 1 second shots here, and then they go to my hybrid view where we actually do a brighter view here, and that's good. Slight tint of red from the sunset. That goes away. I just want to welcome everybody. Thank you guys. Hey, Cindy Murphy. It's good to see you guys out here. Thank you so much. I actually wasn't sure I was going to do this stream tonight. Right up until literally just 5 minutes before I created the stream, I wasn't sure if I was going to actually stream because we have some high winds out there. And luckily, the high winds are not an issue right now. So if they become more of a problem, or we get some gusts that are pretty bad, then we will have to call it. But right now, we're not going to. I think we're going to just go for it. We will just go for it. I'm going to color balance the hybrid view here in just a sec here. So let me color balance this. Okay. 51 it is. Okay. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this back over here. And then we're going to go to our next object. Oh, duh. There we go. Okay. All right. Now that I think it's dark enough, I want to try to see if we can go to a specific galaxy that I imaged privately, and it really looked beautiful, so I'm going to try it again. I think you'll like it. I saw lots of detail in it. We have the antennae galaxies as well, but the whale galaxy is really kind of interesting. And let's see, our elevation's pretty high, I hope. Yeah. It's pretty high up there. There's Alcade, if you notice. It's like right, we're up near the Big Dipper. Okay, here we go. Let's check the whale galaxy out. It's also called the herring galaxy. Don't ask me why, I don't know the answer to that. We also have some globular clusters up here as well. But here we go. It's probably going to go to Alcade, actually. If you look at the telescope, it's just zipping along up there. You know? And it's heading over to the northwest area. Northeast, I mean. I'm going to guess it's going to use Alcade. Does that look like Alcade to you?
That looks like a double star.
Oh, it's Corcoroli.
Okay.
Okay. This galaxy was looking really pretty the other night, so I thought it would be really nice to try it again tonight. You know, and just think this, when you're looking at these galaxies, you literally can't help but think that you're staring at countless civilizations who might be looking back at us. And that's beautiful. This galaxy down here, which you can just barely see, that has the loving name of the Crowbar Galaxy, which I think is pretty cool. And you'll see that one too when we get down there. Let's bring this up here. Get it centered up. Alright, now we're going to go zooming in and check our focus. Now that it's darker, it's probably a good idea to refocus. So that's what I'll do. Let's go out. Go out again, and then let's go get our tools.
Sorry, I was multitasking here. You probably said it and I missed it. Do I see two galaxies in that field?
Yes, I said we have the whale, and then we have the Crowbar Galaxy.
Right, okay.
Okay, so now let's... There we go. Okay, so now we get our focuser, and we're going to scan inward and find our best position. Now that we have someone on site, hopefully we'll have our Starlink connector installed. That's a very important thing. Okay, we're going to scan in now, and we're at 100%, so let's go back. So you can see the full extent of the stars that are being selected for focus here. Notice we only had a few the last time. Now we have like 20 or more. So there is the whale, and there's the Crowbar. And we're building a curve, as you'll see here in a sec. Alright, we're we're building this curve, and the center of that curve right there, it's a best fit curve. That red line is what's called a curve of best fit. And that is the area where the image of the star is the smallest in the view, and that is our optimum focus position. Yeah, Michael Klages, the Crowbar, as opposed to the Crow T from Mystery Science Theater 3000. I actually have the little planet MST 3K here that was in the show. Izabela's here.
Hello, Izabela.
All right, now we're going to go to best position. You'll watch the focus change now, and the stars will become pinpoints. There we go. All right, now we're good. All right, so now what we do is we say, good, we're set. We have our focus set up our temperature compensation for the focus, and now we're going to just bring ourselves up a little bit, because I need to get us going here a little bit more centered up. Farva! Sean Farva's with us tonight. How you doing, man? Not a problem. I got a place for you on the Ark. No worries. Alright. Thank you so much, Sean. Okay, so once this gets lined up, okay, we're gonna have our guide star. If you look down here, it's searching for a guide star. When you start to see it showing numbers, it shows us doing corrections. All right, and that's our cue to begin our photography. We're gonna do a 35-second shot. It's already going. There we go. We're locked in. And we're going to get rid of our hybrid view and jump right into a stack. And the whale will be in the center, and the crowbar. You'll see why it's called the crowbar in just a moment. It actually has this really interesting hook to it. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, no, I figured you out. Stowaway section of the Ark. No worries, brother.
Is Crowbar Galaxy one of those stellarium names, or...
Well, when you look at it, you might not think so, but here we go. It's coming up anyway. All right, let's do our processing here, and then color process. There we go. All right, now we'll zoom in just enough. We have a little more to do for processing on this. Look at the detail in this galaxy. I mean, this is the whale galaxy. There's a little one next to it, and we still have more detail to show here.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
I was about to say, it looked sort of green almost there for a second.
It does, because of the nature of what we're doing here. Okay, just gotta pull this over. Darken up our background relative to the sky. A little less. Alright. Let's color correct this again. Maybe get rid of some of that green. There we go. So if you look here, here's the Crowbar Galaxy. Obviously, because its disk, which is kind of at a weird angle to us, is warped. Perhaps from interactions with this galaxy, for all we know, at some point. But it's just something else, man. This is really pretty location. We'll zoom in, you'll see them better. Alright, let's just go out here. Don't want to take too much away from it. There we go. Alright. Alright, now let's go up to 75%. And let's go into our stack. Look at how beautiful you can see this modeling here. This is gorgeous. Now in our stack, what we're going to do is we're going to add an enhancement. And that enhancement is going to be an unsharp mask. Now watch the galaxy. Ready? Watch this. Alright. Now look how sharp that looks. Looks so much nicer. Thank you, Sean. Look at that beautiful galaxy. Oh yeah. Details in here abound. You can see some hydrogen alpha regions, these star forming regions, stellar nurseries inside this galaxy. Really interesting. And then if we pull up here and go to the Crowbar, you can see this warped disk very, very clearly. Just amazing. Hi, Izabela. Isn't this amazing? See, gravity, you know, large scales, gravity does some weird things to objects in the universe, and this is an example of one of those things that it actually will completely change the way the object looks. It'll warp a disk, and then we see a snapshot in time. Now, if we lived at galactic time, which is just not a real thing, I suppose, but galactic time is interesting to me because what that says is that we're looking at an object that's in the middle of a motion. Okay, it's moving, so something's going on. Oh, and that's going on. A Starlink satellite was blasting through here. But if you check that out, look at how the whale looks up there. It's really nice. I'm going to add a little more stack.
I assume we're seeing that pretty much edge on. Supposedly, the whale is a barred spiral.
Yeah, if can't tell from here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, how they can call that.
Well, if you do a stellar density study, a density across the center, they might notice an elongation in the density, which we can't really tell visually.
Yeah, but I know that's how they say the Milky Way is a barred spiral.
Yeah.
Same way.
Let's zoom in on the Crowbar. Alright, interesting here. If you look at the Crowbar, we have some bright greenish areas here. Alright, there's several, and these could actually be blue, but the color rendering might be just a bit off. But if not, then they could be massive supernova remnants. These two anyway could be supernova remnants. These might be blue young star associations. Dr. Fox 2000 is here. Hey, Dr. Fox. You know what? If you ever want to see a great volcano stream, he's in the chat now. Dr. Fox 2000. Go to that channel and you subscribe. That guy does it up right. He sits there and tells you all about volcanoes. And trust me, having been through tons of geology and earth sciences to get my degree in astronomy, I have very little tolerance for people that just say things that aren't true. But this guy knows what he's talking about. So you make sure you go there and subscribe to his stream. It's Dr. Fox 2000. You want to see a good volcano stream, he's your guy. I went to him every day to see the latest on the Canary Islands, Cumbre de Vieja, eruption. It was really, really good. Nice to see you, Dr. Fox. Thank you, Izabela. That's really kind. Oh, no worries, man. You deserve it. You deserve it. You have a great stream. I mean, he's covering Mount Etna, and every now and then you'll see Kilauea and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Does a nice job. See, Dr. Fox, we're covering a different kind of volcanic eruption of stars. Okay, this is the beautiful Whale Galaxy. Look at this black dust in here, guys. It's modeling. These are the dark lanes, and we are seeing this kind of edge on, but maybe at a little bit of an angle to us. You know, maybe we're seeing it from just above or just below the galactic disk. It's hard to tell, but it's just a beautiful galaxy. And this is certainly another galaxy that's either... I don't know what that galaxy is. I have to check that out. I don't know if you know. Yeah, like Dr. Fox. Dr. Fox says Krakatau is the one that's hot right now. Is this the son of Krakatoa or Krakatoa itself? Because Krakatoa, I thought, collapsed. Is it the son of Krakatoa? He'll let us know. Go ahead, Daryl.
I had it up, then I was looking at the crowbar. Give me just a second here. You were asking about this, the little galaxy just above the whale. Let me look.
Yeah. Not Krakatau. Thank you, Dr. Fox. That's great. Anak Krakatau is another volcano that is in the region of Krakatoa. Son of Krakatoa, it's called, and it's been active for quite a long time now, number of years. Let's hope it doesn't do what Krakatoa did. Go ahead.
The galaxy just above the whale is it's a companion dwarf elliptical galaxy, Indice 4627.
Okay, thank you.
And the big galaxy itself is Indice 4631.
The whale.
Yeah. Then the Crowbar Galaxy itself, it has earned the distinction of having two NGC numbers, 4656 and 4657.
Is it for this?
Huh?
Is it because of this green spot here?
Not sure yet. I haven't got that far.
Okay.
Also sometimes known as the hockey stick galaxy.
Yes, that I've seen. But if you notice how this end of the galaxy, guys, is all spread out, it's definitely undergone a gravitational disruption by something. And if it's at the same relative distance as the Whale Galaxy, which is probably more massive, then it's probably related to that. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Fox says, yes, Anak Krakatau is inside the caldera of Krakatoa, and hopefully it doesn't offer us any massive eruptions that change climate. I mean, I'm adding that part, but Krakatoa actually, when it erupted, also when Tambora erupted, Earth suffered weather events all over the globe. It was like year without summer kind of thing. I mean, very common. All this tiny particles get ejected into the atmosphere and give you beautiful, brilliant red sunsets.
I've seen Anak Krakatau undergo explosions on YouTube before.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you should check out Dr. Fox. He's running videos of it. He does a play-by-play and discusses it. He's made quite a name for himself over there, and I started watching, and it's like, wow, you know, it's really a pleasure to hear someone say things in science that are accurate and understood to be accurate, rather than go off on these hypothetical things. Yet here I am talking about we're probably staring at civilizations staring back at us, right? So, hey, you know. Rayola Risner, how you doing? Thanks for showing up today. I hope you actually subscribe to us. Check us out. I mean, look at this galaxy. This is beautiful. we've got 20 stacked right now. We're going to be cutting this short a little bit in a second. Here, let me darken up the space just a little bit more. Now you notice, now you can see a little better. You can see the detail in this galaxy now. Look at that. That's pretty nice, Daryl.
Yeah. Can we zoom in on it a little more?
I'm about to do that. That's exactly what I'm doing. We're seeing a lot of what are probably OB associations in here, mixed in with the spiral arm stars. And again, that reddish area is definitely an area where there's older stars, and where there are H2 regions, these beautiful stellar nurseries. And this is a beautiful little thing here. You know, I tried to capture the whale from here with the telescope behind me. Same diameter as the one out in the desert. And it just didn't look remotely like this. But then again, I was using a different type of camera, a different setup entirely. This is stunning. I mean, it's getting better as we let it go longer. You know? Cindy Murphy says spectacular. Well, thank you. I think it is. Let's see if we can squeeze a little more detail out of this. This is a real stretch now. Yeah. Go to the enhancement. Let's go up one level. Let's go to like a 2 pixel enhancement there. That's the limit. We don't want to go any more than that. Look at that. That's
Article
something.
says the hockey stick, the crowbar, and the whale have gravitationally interacted.
Okay, I wasn't sure how far they were from each other, but I thought they were like Messier 31 and Messier 33. You know, the Andromeda Galaxy and the Triangulum Galaxy. In terms of their distance from each other in space, and I think that we're probably looking at something like that.
Yeah. Well, I assume what we see on the left side of the whale there, that, you know, sort of gives that look at the whale's, what would that be, the dorsal fin, the front fin, is from interaction also.
I mean, this kind of low area here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, certainly this has been tugged apart, you know, in some ways, but it's probably a much more massive galaxy than, you know, the Crowbar Galaxy. And being that it's more massive, it's going to suffer less gravitational effect, you know, on average than the Crowbar will. Crowbar has literally been ripped to pieces. These two were very close to each other and passed by each other at one point, without a doubt.
The article says that the crowbar is a barred spiral too.
Yeah, and Izabela says the crowbar looks like a barred spiral without the spiral arms. I think you just can't see them, Izabela. I mean, they're there. I mean, I can see them, but I think they're actually twisted and convoluted. Wow. Beautiful. Well, this is up toward Canis Venatici, or Canis Venatici, whatever you call it. Some people call it that and the other. So let's actually save this, and let's do the following. Let's save our stack here. Pause it. It's saved to the Whale Galaxy up there, and then we're going to save this as well as a visual, so you can just look at it and see it exactly as you see it here. I mean, we've got some beautiful colors in there, Daryl. I mean, I'm really happy with that. All right.
I think Izabela would like to look at the Leo Triplet again. Yeah, yeah.
Did she say that?
Yes, she did.
Oh, I see that right there, yeah. All right, well, while we're here, why don't we let's look at something else up here, and then we'll do that. There should be another galaxy up here that we can see. I mean, I know there is, but let's just do this.
Should be a lot of them.
Yeah. All right. Let me, I got a lot of, there we are. Incidentally, we did all that on a gain of 147. We didn't even have the gain up to typical, but I'm going to put it up higher now. Let's go up to about 300. Okay, 310. Okay, so now we will capture things with a little bit more detail. Michael Klages asks, is the tiny galaxy in the foreground or the background? It's actually a companion galaxy to the whale, Michael. It's an elliptical galaxy. And Izabela is saying, show Mark what we can show Mark what I showed you in the Hamburger Galaxy. Ah. Okay. Well, we'll go there. We'll go there, Izabela.
Yeah, Izabela and I had a little talk about that the other day.
Did you?
Yep.
Cool.
We talked about it a little bit during the stream, and then she contacted me the next day. I guess she'd done some more research on it.
All right.
Excuse me.
We got a lot of galaxies up here, so why don't we check them out? Have you ever seen the Croc galaxy?
The who? Oh, the Croc sign. Oh, well, M94.
M94.
Yeah, probably. I don't recall offhand, but yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay. All right.
Like
So
I
we're
said,
gonna
there's
see
a lot of
the Croc
galaxies Kenneth's going to teach.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to go far. We're actually going to probably go back to that same star that we went to before. Unless maybe it's going to be this guy right here. I think it's going to take us to that star. Yeah, Corolli. Okay, this is a intermediate galaxy. It's a spiral, and it's between an A and a B, where the arms are tightly wound and less tightly wound. The most loose is a C. So SA is very tightly wound, SB is looser wound, SC is very loosely wound. So this is an SAB. It's an intermediate scale. That was Vaculer's classification. That was an extension of the Hubble tuning fork classification. Okay, let's do 25 seconds on this just to see what we got. We are obviously guiding right now, so let's go for it. I hope you guys get as much out of this as I do. I mean, I just love the fact that this is this live astronomy from 2,500 miles away. I just don't shut up about that, do I? Alright, we'll clear this. Let's see what we got. Okay, so 25 seconds is almost too long. Let's take this down a notch. Wow, look at that. Satellite went through right here already. Yeah, this is why it's an SAB. The spiral arms are extremely tight, but you can see that they've actually there is some structure to them. You can see some spiral structure. In most telescopes, it's just a bright blob, but we can actually coax some of that data out and actually see some of that. Let's go to 75% of our sensor size here, and now you can see it better. Look at that. You see how you can actually see the circular? This is almost the face-on galaxy. But you can see that.
I assume that faint outer halo is real.
Oh yeah, I'm certain that's a faint outer halo that's really there.
Sort of like a wheel within a wheel.
Yeah, it's sort of like, who knows, based on some type of interaction. It's very possible that we're looking at a galaxy that was actually interacting somewhere, that maybe we're watching the progress toward a ring galaxy, for all we know.
Okay.
For all we know. I mean, I don't know.
Yep, it's real, by golly.
Yep. That faint outer halo is this he's talking about right here. And if you want to see it a little bit better, then let me just push that to show you that. Okay, so now you can see that outer halo. See, there it is.
There's actually a fine spiral structure inside the inner part.
I see it. You can actually see it. I'm going to show it to you more now. Yeah. Let's bring that out.
Then the faint outer part, there's actually looks like about 1.5 complete circles around it in the faint outer part.
You can see the spiral structure here now. I mean, if I expose it just for the core, this will be lost. For Lucia Campos, Mark, you have no idea how much I'm grateful for all you do for us. STLS is out of this world. You know, Vera, thank you. Every day I literally pinch myself saying, is this real? Can we actually do what we're doing? And there it is. It's right in front of us. You know, I think it's really cool. And it's a good teaching experience. It's a good learning platform. You know, and I'd like to do more of that. So that's what we're working on. You know, I'll have more news for you hopefully in the next few months about where we're going with this. We're not changing what we're doing. We're not going to ever stop doing what we're doing. We're just going to add more to it. And add more telescopes and more locations possibly. But that's down the road, you know.
Is there anything you think you can do to manipulate that a bit?
Yeah.
There is tons of fine detail in that intersection of the galaxy.
Yeah, let's try this. First of all, let's see if a bilateral filter harms or helps. Okay. See all that detail? That's pretty clear. What we could do is I could go back to about 150 on the gain and clear the stack and start over. And then the noise won't interfere with the fine detail as much.
I don't want to mess up what you're doing.
Well, I'm not going to lose it. Okay, this is M94. Okay, and it's a galaxy, so it's that, and we've got 13 stacked. So what we're going to do is pause it, save it, and save it exactly as seen. And we've done that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to first go over here, and we're going to take our sensitivity down to 160, and we're going to clear the stack here and do it again and see if we can capture some of the higher levels of detail. Okay. Let's see what we get. This might not do it. We might have to actually do one more shot. Let's go back here. So I cleared because it was in the middle of bringing down the sensitivity and so forth. And it'll be a mixed shot. Now we have a shot that's only a gain of 160 at 25 seconds.
Pity you can't do multiple wavelengths. Can I give you
look at that
image in your?
Yeah. Yeah. Why is it? I mean, I can't do multiple wavelengths yet, but you know, we can't do infrared ever because that's, you know, unless you're high in a mountain or in space, you're not going to see anything.
Right.
But look at this. Look at the detail around this core here. There's some really tightly wound spiral arms in here.
Yeah.
And then some outside. Let's do a color correction, and that'll turn the sky blacker. All right, there we go. And now let's see if we can get a little more detail out of those arms. Drag this over a little bit. It's gonna dim out the outer arms, but I want to see the inner arms right now. It's not hurting anything. It's gonna, all that data is still there. Oh, look at that.
I sent you an image that is an infrared and ultraviolet composite.
Okay.
A panchromatic perspective.
Oh yes, so you did. Holy cow. Wow.
It's colorful to say the least.
Yes, it is. Okay, let me move it over. And oh, you know what? Okay, that's a little bit of the issue. Okay. Let me just do the left screen display for the moment. Oh, that's the problem with that. Okay. Alright. That isn't going to work. Alright, so what we're going to do is just carry on.
Okay.
Look at this. You can see some beautiful
yeah,
detail in that. I mean, we're zoomed way in. We're at like a 250% on our sensor. Let's drop it back just a bit. Let's go back to about 150. All right, and then from here, there we go, 154. Now, let's let it put the levels where it thinks they should go. All right, you can see these details here, but
yes, yeah.
Let's drop this down a little bit. And now you can see some really interesting detail in here.
Interesting. I don't know if you'd call that dynamic range or what, but boy, there's so much going on in there that each step you do,
yeah,
you know, shows a different part of it.
Yeah, well, that is true. The camera is able to take a very high dynamic range photo. Multiple stops in one shot, you know. And the stack doesn't hurt. And of course we have this outer halo out here. Alright, now this is probably the best balance for this object. We can see into the core, we can see the detail into the core, plus we can see the outer halo, you know what I mean? And that isn't bad. Not bad at all. That's pretty good. Let me see if a color correction will change the value a little bit. Look at that. That's not bad. M94, guys. This is 10 stacked images. But we'll keep going, because we did this before. Alright, we're going to pause this. I'm going to save this like you see it as a FITS file, which is the unprocessed image, and then we're going to save it exactly as seen, which is what you see here. Alright, so now let's get out of this one and let's head to the next one on The Price is Right. The next one that's up for bids and The Price is Right here is something nearby. And let's go check it out. Oh, actually, first of all, let me first get rid of this. Go to 1 second again. And do my hypered view so we can actually see it the way we want to see it. That's cool. Let's actually zoom in on this one briefly just to see what this 1 second shot shows. We'll go right to, like, say 150%. It'll be grainy as heck, but let's check it out. Wow. Alright. So it is. Okay. Alrighty, so hey there, PG. Petita's here. Hiya, Petita. I'll see you in a few weeks. M94, not M92.
Yes. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I didn't know if you knew that or caught that, but it's alright.
Yes, I caught it instantly.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm posting the right links.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to do what Izabela usually does better than I ever could.
Yeah, she does a great job.
So
And
what
she
are we
does
looking
do
at
a
now?
very fine job. We're going to go to...
Whirlpool.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Would you excuse me for just a second, please?
Sure, go ahead. Okay, well, he's gone. Let's all leave. Okay. Alright, so we have Alcade here, which is one of the stars in Ursa Major. And it's going to take us up to the Whirlpool Galaxy, because it's our star hop location. And there's the Whirlpool. This galaxy, by far, is... it's probably one of the finest in the sky. And so I can't wait to show you in detail. Alright, so we're searching for our guide star. You can see right here. Alright, and as soon as we start to see numbers, we're locked on. There we go, we're locked on and we're guiding. So now we can actually go and do a 30-second shot and get rid of our hypered view, because it's going to be way too bright with the sensitivity of this camera. You can basically do one or the other, but we can actually mix that in a little bit if we want to, just to kind of show what can be done. Alright, so let's go out here. We may have to come in and process. Oh, look at that. Oh. Let's zoom in. Let's close in and look at these civilizations out there that we're probably staring at. Look at that beautiful galaxy. And you can clearly see the blue young hot stars in the spiral arms here. This is another galaxy, and there's a satellite just like before. There's another galaxy that is interacting with the Whirlpool galaxy. And you see how this disk is kind of pointed toward it? That's because there's actually a gravitational attraction going on here. And that little ball at the end is pulling the spiral arm toward it and I think down. So if you saw this from the side, being that it's face on, but if you saw it from the side, it would look like this. From the top, it looks like this, but from the side, it's going to be warped. And that is what we're seeing here. This is a dipping end here. It's tipping, I think it's tipping down away into the page, so to speak. But that's the beautiful Whirlpool. Jeez, that's just something. Let's... Hey, Daryl.
Yes, sir. Back.
Yeah, look at this. This is the Whirlpool.
Uh-huh.
Boy. You can really see the color. The color is really beautiful tonight, you know. This is why a moonlit night is problematic for us, you know, because the blues get lost amid the blue tones in the sky caused by the moon.
Mm. Yeah, I always thought the satellite galaxy up top has a distinctly warmer tone to it than the main galaxy does. But
yeah, I'm wondering if that's because any younger stars got ripped apart and these are part of them here.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, we barely touched on the other night. I mentioned it and didn't expand on it. That you know, what's the three-dimensional aspect of this? The way I see it, it looks almost like the satellite is farther back than the main galaxy is.
Yeah, I think
I'd have to look it up, but
yeah, I looked at the study, and I think, if I recall right, this pointed end of this spiral arm is being tugged by that, of course, but I think it's down. I think it's actually aiming down, being pulled down, and the satellite galaxy is down below it, further away from us.
Right, right.
If I recall. Just
look
incredible. Yeah, go ahead.
Beautiful pic.
Yeah. Let's see if we can bring out a little more detail. Well, first things first, let's pull it up into the middle of the view more. Okay. Now let's go have some fun. Let's take our dark point. This is the area where the dark point is in the view. And it has to intersect right where the curves for the background, where those peaks of those red, green, and blue curves are. These are the curves I'm talking about. They're really, really sharp tonight. Right? And if you move it over too far, okay, then you see you cut out most of the detail. Right? But if you come back across and you just intersect those curves little by little, look what we get. We get more and more of the galaxy coming through. It's actually a technique for trying to see some of the areas of the galaxy that are more prominent. But there's something about this galaxy that requires you to be kind of more out here, which makes it look kind of washed out a little bit. But what we look at out here, I'll show you when we back away just a little. All right, you'll see very clearly we actually have a lot out here. There's a lot more stuff out here. In our longer exposure the other night, you could actually see that stuff very clearly. And I will bring us back into our dark. Actually, let me just do this. Let me stretch us.
Yes, the satellite galaxy is passing behind the main galaxy.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, and you can see in this stretch of view, you can see this additional material out here. You see that additional material out there? That's stuff that's been dragged off of this satellite galaxy as it's passed through and behind the Whirlpool, which I think is basically a lot more massive than it is and is eating it alive effectively. But you know what? If there were civilizations there, they wouldn't know the difference. They keep orbiting. As long as their star is happy, then they're going to be fine. Planets aren't going to be torn away. Nothing's going to happen. And it'll just go on as normal. Because that's the way it works. Very cool. Alright, let's let it process where it wants to go. Yeah, see, this gives you an idea. Right, now you see all of this additional gas and dust out here, and stars that are been fractionated off of the galaxy from the collision. Really nice. I tend to soften this just a little bit, so I'd bring this down just a little bit, which sort of softens it up a little. And that makes it a prettier picture.
There's a very narrow tail whipping off to the right side of the satellite galaxy.
Yeah, you can see it.
No, it was going much farther out. It darkened up, and you lost some of it when you darkened.
I did this pretty when I prettified it. Okay. Well, let me bring it back. Right there.
Yeah.
Let's
kind
see.
Of going toward the upper right.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny little tail.
So this is where it wants to be. Wow. Alright, let's color balance one more time. Everything we do here is literally just okay, that's too much green. Everything we do here is just not the final say here, because this does actually nothing to the data. Alright, all it does is it changes what the pretty picture looks like that we save. And that's it. Okay, that's something else. That's a beautiful shot.
It is.
Let's just pull that out. Wow. That's live too, you know, that's what I love about this. It's just a live astronomy. A live galaxy. Wow. Let's go in here for a sec and just do another color correction, trying to get the right color rendering out of this. That's not that bad. Yeah, that's just beautiful.
Uh, it's interesting to look at that for, spiral galaxies in and of themselves. They tend to be symmetric or balanced. You could run a line to it pretty much anywhere through the center, and it'll be similarly shaped on either side of that line. That how distorted the left half of the galaxy is compared to the right half. We've talked about this before, I think.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if we could see that from the side. Of course, that's not possible.
Well, if you wait a little while, maybe I can get us over to the side.
Yeah, a few million years.
Actually, probably a full billion on that one. At the distance of this galaxy. Wow. Okay, this is 22 stacked. We're going to stop here. We're going to pause this. And before I do that, I'm actually going to change the name here. I think I have the Whirlpool defined. Yeah, there it is. It's not the Whirlpool's galaxy. I noticed that error. There we go. Okay, so we'll pause it now. We got an extra frame out of this.
I've said before, I saw this once through a 41-inch telescope. It was just it was dumbfounding to see. Way up high in the mountains, and just pitch black outside, and 15 feet up on a ladder in the dark. And it was something.
I believe it. Okay, so let's go into 1 second here and do our hyper shot. Alright. There it is. Okay, and we're gonna bring this down. Fill our frame. There we go. And now let's go check out the next object. I know Izabela wants to do the triplet, but I think there's one more we have to do when we're here. Actually, two more. We need to do the pinwheel. Right here, which is M101.
Yep.
Yeah, gotta do M101. Wonder if it's going to take us to Messier, but it's probably going to take us to Alcade again. Yeah, it's going to Alcade. Which is fine. Alright. So there's Alcade, perfectly centered. And then we're gone, and we're heading to M101, the Pinwheel Galaxy. There it is. Dead center. This is going to look pretty too, I'm sure. Okay, I've got temperature compensation on, but I'm going to go up to 125% momentarily just to check. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alright. And this one we're going to do 40 seconds. And then stack it. Alright, we're going to check it out. Now, you know, the the galactic spiral arms, when you look at those spiral arms, you tend to think that they're twisting up, right, and that they're spiraling up. But weirdly, they don't. They actually rotate like a rigid disc. So the stars on the outside are actually moving faster than we thought they were, and the stars on the inside are moving at a rate that kind of matches what's on the outside. I mean, they move a little bit faster, but for the most part, that whole disk is moving kind of as a whole, and the inner part of the spiral isn't winding up, so to speak. And that is a very interesting thing that we noticed there. Oh my gosh, look at this. I have to do it again, though. The guiding wasn't quite right. That's a beautiful image. It's going to be stunning. We do have wind out there, so the telescope's in a prime position to get windified. So this might not work. But we'll see.
Have you checked the wind there lately?
Well, we have gusts of 25. Okay, this looks good. But 25 is too high. But we will be okay as long as we can do this. Look at this. That's not bad at all. Holy cow. I'm really impressed with that. It's amazing what focus will do, huh? Wow. Wow, that's just something else. So all the stars you see in the image there, guys, every one of those stars is up here in the foreground in our galaxy, and then millions of light years away, all right, is that galaxy. So we're actually seeing it through a veil of our own stars. You know? Ah, that's beautiful.
When you look up at the Big Dipper, folks, this is above and between the last two stars in the handle of the Big Dipper. Pretty much makes an equilateral triangle with Alkaid and Messier, the stars are called. Marianne is here.
Well, hey there, Marianne. How are you doing? How was the Phoenix Bouffon Skywatch? It is a perfect night. A little windy, but we're doing okay. This is, I think, the best we've captured M101, Daryl. It really is. We've never captured it better.
I think last time we did 101 was pretty good too. See, you build up a few more images and see.
I was wondering where Marianne was. I forgot. She had the Phoenix Bouffon Skywatch tonight. Okay.
Got a small galaxy over on the upper left.
Yeah.
There.
There's another one further up to the upper left as well.
Yeah.
That's up there. I don't know if I can catch it. There it is.
Yeah.
And then right here. And then right here. And then an elliptical right here. And another one right here. There's a lot of galaxies up here, guys.
Yeah. And the spiral arm on the left has that big crook in it.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
just beautiful.
Interacted with something. And you got something very green over there at about 9:30 or 10 o'clock too.
Right here? That's 3:30. There's one.
9:30 or 10.
I mean this guy?
That guy, yeah.
I wonder if that's a supernova remnant.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, let me try something here. Let me do a little. I'm gonna pop this thing a little bit right here. There we go. Yeah. Let's try this. too much. It keeps going. It's this stupid delay. Okay. Let's normalize that. And then let's do a color correction here again. Okay. Okay. There we go. Look at that. That's really pretty. Oh, Marianne's going kayaking tomorrow morning. That's right. You told me you were doing that. Lucky you. Just don't fight the wind like last time. Beautiful. This is I think this is beautiful. M101, the prettiest we've seen it. A lot more detail in it than we've captured before, Daryl. Let me just drop the softening just a touch. That's too much of a touch.
Well, it's obviously interacted with something. I wonder which. Wonder what.
Yeah, it's got that little crook to it, a little angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you zoom in
Now
a little more?
Yeah. Let me get out of that and do it now.
Just a bit. Right there. That's cool.
You can clearly see how the spiral arms are doing this motion around and around the center.
Yeah.
And it could be that over long term they are winding up a little bit, but that's I really hesitate to say that. That's probably responsible for their morphology, the way they actually look in a long-term manner. But the age of the universe is such that if they were traveling at the speeds that we used to think they were traveling, the stars, that is, in the spiral arms, and if they were in the spiral arms, all the time, then we would have figured that these stars would have, and every galaxy would have wound up long ago. So the fact that they're not was the mystery. Then we discovered that they were actually moving like a solid disk material. So what's causing the spiral arms? Well, the spiral arms are caused for the same reason that you have a traffic jam. It's called a density wave. And from a helicopter looking down at a sea of, say, black cars and a red car coming to the traffic jam, you'll see the red car slows down, but starts moving through the traffic jam and finally goes out the other side and keeps going. But the traffic jam is still there. And all the cars that are in the traffic jam are new cars. Okay? That's how this works in the galaxy. All the stars that are in the spiral arm are stars that are just moving through that dense region. There's gravitational interactions which slow them down, and then they continue on their way, by and large. And so they get through the galactic traffic jam. And so that's basically, in a nutshell, how spiral arms operate. This location, these locations here, are traffic jams. All right? And because there's lots of gas and dust, there's a lot of gravitational contractions and a lot of gravitational attraction as well. And you get new stars that form in these spiral arms, and then they too become perturbed by other stars nearby forming and move out of the spiral arms and on their way. So it's actually a really interesting theory. It's an interesting to literally think about how the spiral arm changes, how these spiral arms change over the course of millions of years.
Yeah. Two comments. One, JSCO77. So is it rotating counterclockwise from our point of view? I would have to say yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
now here's the thing: if it was upside down, the spiral arms would go the other way, wouldn't they? To how we're seeing things, and they would be. I mean, and they would go clockwise as opposed to counterclockwise. It depends. There's no up or down in space, but if this way from the top is this way from the bottom, so it's it's interesting.
Other comment, Izabela says M101 looks so much like the Triangulum galaxy. I wonder, are there galaxy siblings like the stars? The way they classify galaxies, I'm sure there are close matches out there for, tightly wound versus loosely wound, regular spirals versus barred spirals, etc., etc. It'd be interesting to look up the classifications on both galaxies and see how similar they really are.
Well, this one is an SAB.
I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think the spiral arms in this one are a little bit more regular, a little bit more cohesive than the spiral arms in Messier 33. So Messier 33's arms are going to be considered more messy than M101. M101 has some fairly obvious ones, and keep in mind the Messier 33 has some real angular tucks to some of those arms, and so they run into each other. Things are not quite the right way. So anyway, I think this is much more of a regular galaxy, but you can see some beautiful detail in this galaxy here.
Well, it's interesting to think about and to compare and consider. When you look at that outermost spiral arm on the left side, it has the great big crook in the arm.
Yeah.
And then when you move over to the next closer arm on the left side, it also has a crook in it.
Yep. Now, one thing that could have happened, is there could have been an interaction, indeed, but it's possible that it interacted with itself. That's another thing, too. It depends on what mass is in the galaxy at that point. So it's possible it could have interacted with itself during while it was rotating, while there was rotation going on. I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone's done these studies.
Izabela wonders how the dark matter influences the galaxies. Does the dark matter rotate too? I guess the conventional answer would be yes.
Yeah, the dark matter would be
what keeps the galaxy spinning as a whole at the same rate instead of winding up.
Yes. Yep. I mean, when we look at basically how matter works, it's dark matter isn't just matter we can't see. It's actually matter that is a very different form of matter. It could be gas. It could be atoms that just don't have any kind of illumination on them or glow whatsoever. There's that, of course, but it's a very different type of thing. It's different from baryonic matter, which is, the stuff that neutrons and protons are made of, and that's the thing that makes it different. And we're prepared for that. We're prepared for that weirdness in the universe, but the universe always throws us loops. This is a good night so far.
Sometimes I wonder if we're not messing with things we don't understand. I've seen a couple of news stories here in the last few days about the Large Hadron Collider. They're getting ready to fire it up again. They're hoping to find dark matter with it. And I find that prospect rather scary.
Well, I don't really, because they're literally working with such small amounts of matter that even if they make the rumored black holes that they can make, micro black holes. I think that they're going to evaporate so quickly that they're not going to ever cause any issues, and there's not enough mass around them to be sucked in, so to speak, to form anything crazy. You know?
Yeah, well, who knows? You know, it's backwards, I suppose, and it's fear-mongering, but, you know, it's like the first atomic devices, atomic bombs. Some wondered if it wasn't going to ignite the atmosphere, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's just, you know, opening a can of worms.
That's right.
Who knows?
Okay, the last one on this side of the sky is going to be Bode's Galaxy. M81 and M82.
Okay.
All right.
Then we go to Leo Triplet?
That's correct.
Okay. I'll be right back. Give me just a second.
All right. Well, here's one for you, Michael Klages. What if the entire universe we know is inside of a giant black hole? We know that black holes can be massive. We know this because of the fact that black holes are their radius, the Schwarzschild radius, is determined by the amount of mass that they have. And we know that in the core of Messier 87, the Virgo galaxy, that galaxy has a black hole in it that is about 5 to 6 times bigger than our solar system. Okay? Let that sink in. 5 to 6 times bigger than our solar system. That's a huge galaxy. It's a huge galaxy. I'm sorry, that's a huge black hole. And it's a supermassive black hole. So clearly, this type of thing happens, and we don't have any explanation for it. You know? We don't know how they really form. We don't know how they become that large. But they do. And that's just crazy. Alright, I had put M101 under the Whirlpool Galaxy, so I'll pull that out later on. Okay, this is M81 and M82. Yeah, M81, and I think I have M82 in here as well. Let me find it. M81, M82, galaxies right there. Okay, so we are guiding now, as you can see right here. Okay, so I'm going to go up to a 35-second shot and get rid of this, pull off our hybrid view, and go to our live stack mode. So I hope you guys are having a good time tonight. Calabos, how you doing? Calabos, I want to talk to you about SpaceX a little bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is just stunning, you know? Let me see.
You know what? I realized we have one more M object to look at in Earth's image before we go to the Leo Triplet.
Okay, let me clear this because I think I started it too soon.
Whenever we're done here.
Yeah. Oh, so we're getting wind.
Ah. Bummer.
What's the last one? In Ursa Major.
Oh, M109. You know, we talked about earlier.
Oh, yep.
Just take a quick look.
Sure.
We can go down to Virgo. Telescope might be less susceptible to the wind pointing at Virgo too.
Maybe. Let's find out. Yeah, it's not quite. Yeah, we're getting buffeted out there. It could just be some gusts, momentary gusts. But I thought something wasn't right.
Take a look.
The reason you know it's wind, guys, is because they look like little ellipses. So you know that it's doing this. Okay, let's we're gonna try and stick through this for a minute. Go one more shot, and if it gives us problems, we'll go on to the next object, and we'll take this on a night where there's not a lot of wind. What's happening is the wind is coming in over the building, going right into the tube, and buffeting the thing, making it go like this. Well, let's see now, one more time.
Windy says 14 knots.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. We're out of here for this guy. This one is not working. Okay. All right, so we will clear this and get out of it.
Forget M109 tonight. Try
so?
Try to lower the telescope. So go ahead and go to Leo.
Well, look what a telescope is. See, it's literally aiming over the back of the building.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Where is... Let's see, hold on. Not that. Where is M109 from here? From here, where is it? Yeah, that's probably going to be just as problematic, isn't it?
Yeah.
The vacuum cleaner galaxy. Well, you know what? It doesn't hurt to try.
Oh, okay.
So we'll check it out and see what happens. It could be good, it could be bad, it could have just been the particular position we were in. Okay.
Looked like it was over by Fecta.
Trifecta?
Fecta?
Yeah, I know.
See, Dubé, Merak, Fecta. Sort of the bottom back corner of the bowl of the Dipper.
Yeah. It's going to center up on Fad. It's only a fad. See, it's only a fad. Get it? It's only a fad. Okay. Okay. There's M109 dead center in the field. And we're going to just zoom in on it and see. Go to 125%. Let's just check out the stars, see if they actually change their shapes. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh.
See the wind?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, it was a good try. This could be, hopefully, it's better at the other side of the sky.
Okay. Okay,
so we're going to do the Leo Triplet now for Izabela. That's a request. Request from one of our listeners. All right, Leo Triplet. There we are. All right, now when you watch this, guys, you're going to watch the telescope swing right around and go somewhere else. Here we go. And meanwhile, I'm going to... Oh, we're already at where we have to be. Okay. So here comes the telescope. It comes back over the top. And it's going to move to a star. Probably... Leo's pretty high in the sky for this right now. And we're going to probably go to one of the stars in Leo. Chort. Is Chort in Leo? Izabela wants me to see something here. Thank you. I will check it out. By the way, for those of you watching, make sure you have this on 1080p. You know, high resolution. Okay. You'll see the Leo Triplet show up. And there we go. We're all the way on the other side of the sky, so I got to make sure that we handled that correctly. Yeah. There's the Hamburger Galaxy up there. So I have to go north a little bit. Alright, Izabela, what do you want to show me? Because I also want to make sure that I do the right exposure. Okay. Marianne, I thought you had already gone to bed. Yeah, there's a lot of wind in Arizona right now, yeah. Oh, it'll be alright. It'll be fine. The view's worth it, I can promise you that. Okay, let me zoom in again here. I could go to 150% again. Let's just check out what the stars are doing. Oh yeah, look at that. We're getting wind. We're not going to get a good shot. If you look, the telescope is sticking straight up in the air. That's a surefire sign. Well, anyway, you can see the stars are actually moving around constantly. Izabela, I don't think we're going to get to see it tonight, hon. I'm sorry. Fantasy, what's going on? Oh, I'm glad you caught us live, but we're looking at all kinds of things, and now we are getting wind. Look at that. That's the wind causing all the stars to do these things. So we may end up having to close down. I can't have winds of more than 20 miles an hour. Actually, less, 15. But I'll keep it to about 20. And we're getting gusts of 27. Oh, well. Well, okay.
Somebody's grabbing the telescope and shaking it.
Yeah. Well, someone is. Tell you what, let's just do a 30-second shot. No, actually, let's do a 23-second shot. And go for it and just see what happens. Might not be good, but we'll check it out.
Okay, your gain is still down around 100 and... Does that say 160?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that what you want?
It's low right now. Yeah, I wanted to do that because some of these galaxies are so bright that you have high gain. You're going to lose the spiral arms and the noise of the gain. Yeah. So I've kind of split the difference. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this worked. Okay, this is going to be a little stretch.
What she's wanting to show you is faint, though. You might benefit from a higher gain.
Okay. Is she talking in the hamburger?
Yes. Below the hamburger.
Okay. Okay, so she's talking about you're trying to show quasars? I'm not sure if she's talking about this galaxy. Well, okay, here's the Leo Triplet, and it looks like we're getting a little bit of wind error, obviously. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to work.
Yeah.
Calabos, thanks for coming, man. And I'll talk to you. I have a question about SpaceX. Thank you, brother. Good to see you. Dean Mosador, how you doing? Good to see you, too. I know that it's clear in southern Michigan. Breeze is picking up, and then rain and storms tomorrow. Well, it's better than snow and sleet. Okay, so Izabela says, yes, thought that was plasma jet, but it turned out there's your quasars. Is this in the Hamburger Galaxy?
Yeah, just below the hamburger.
Just below the hamburger, so like right here?
A little to the right. There is a faint patch that is not showing up at present, just below the hamburger, sort of pointing toward M65 or 66, the one on the left. We remarked on the other night, and she did a little digging on it later, and we both looked up images of it and verified it. But it's not showing up right now, I assume, due to the wind and the gain.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. I'll change the gain up to 300 again. Go to 371. And then I will clear this. And let's see if we can actually get a relatively nice image. Well, that's not relatively nice. I have to clear it. When people are watching on like big screen TVs and this big bright thing comes up, I'm sorry guys. I couldn't count on that. I didn't know what would happen. Isn't this fun though? Okay, let's see what this looks like. That doesn't look good. That's because we gotta do this. We gotta balance everything. And balance this. Okay. We back out a little bit. You notice this exposure is actually coming out okay right now. So our wind has died down for the moment. Of course, it's only a 23-second exposure.
It was so windy here yesterday. It's been windy here every day for, good grief, weeks.
Is this the object by any chance?
No, I don't see it.
Okay. I mean, quasars are point sources, effectively. So. They do have radio jets and things. So, is that possibly what we're looking at?
Can you darken the sky?
Yeah, I can go the other way.
There is a faint fuzzy patch under the Hamburger.
Is it here?
Not that far up. It's closer to the underside of the Galaxy. Just under the Hamburger. I think I just barely see it.
Oh, is it this?
That may be part of it, yes.
Okay.
It's barely showing.
Okay. Well, we're not doing we're not doing everything we could be. Let me turn off the bilateral filter. Okay, bilateral filter's off. Nice satellite came through. This looks like something here.
I think it is barely showing up tonight.
Well, it's only a 23-second exposure. Like normally we'll do 45, 55 a minute. But tonight with this it doesn't support it. With the wind.
Izabela asked if he could explain what a quasar is. Simply.
Quasar stands for quasi-stellar object. It's actually an object that just belts out so much energy in a fairly small amount of space that it stands out as an object that is really unique in the universe.
Quasars are thought to be extremely bright early black holes in
the cores of active galaxies.
Right, very far away, very early in the universe.
The most famous quasar initially was 3C273.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull this out a little bit. About half the distance. Well, it's not working tonight because we're getting this vertical translation from the wind. There was no wind earlier. We got lucky. We managed to look at everything up to M101 without wind, which is great. Well, okay, well, tomorrow's another night. You know. Hey, Skunk Ape, how you doing? Alright, guys, well, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, we are going to end up closing down for tonight because of the wind and the inability to capture longer exposures tonight. It was on the edge. We're teetering on the edge of observability tonight. But you know what? We did capture quite a few before the wind picked up. So I'm not going to say this at all, because I actually have another one out there that we did. Okay.
Yeah. Saying it may snow here tomorrow.
Shh! Don't swear like that. Didn't your mommy ever teach you Shouldn't swear like that to people across the world.
It's been snowing all over the place out here in the west. Snowing in Montana, snowing in North Dakota. I guess they had a real blizzard up in North Dakota.
Wow, look at that. Look at that big line motion there. Yeah.
And been snowing steady up in the mountains here.
Alright, guys. I hate to do it, but I'm afraid we're going to have to paddock the telescope. We're paddocking it. Going off to paddock mode. There we are. And then we're going to tell the telescope to shut off. I added timestamps here so you can see what's going on time-wise. So we opened the observatory at 6:41 tonight, and when I hit the power off, which is going to be right now, right, telescope is off, and that was at 9:54. So we went from 6:41 to 9:54 tonight. Oh well. And we're going to drop that down. Alright guys, thank you for coming out tonight. We will see you if you're interested in... Okay, power's been off. I can just shut this off. I'll go through the I'll go through this with you. So let's see. So there's the building, and now I'm going to take our we're going to close the building. Alright, so here you go. Good night, telescope. Close it up. You know what those are right there? Those are bristle brushes. And they're all along the side here. They're all along the side here. That's what you're seeing, bristle brushes. Now, why in the world would those be there? It's our dust mitigation system. The bristles actually have a lot of surface area, so they capture a lot of the dust that comes in. So basically, we just have to vacuum those bristles once a year, you know. And the bristles at the front that you saw coming, those actually are, when the roof is open, they brush backwards over the top of the hardware at the back end and take the dust out. Neat. Alright guys, well, thanks for coming, and we will see you very soon. You can say goodnight, Daryl, if you want.
Good night, Daryl. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, good night, folks. If it's clear tomorrow, maybe we'll be back. Alright? So we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Night.